sides on the continent. I'll be looking at this and other stories. And also, of course, league football is back in Europe and all over the world. We saw the English Premier League, some great matches over the weekend. Liverpool in sublime form. Chelsea battling it out, but they were able to get a win over Brentford. And our players are painting Europe red with goals. Victor Osimhen was in action yesterday and he scored again. And so we'll be looking at all of these wonderful things that have been done by Nigerian players. Of course, we'll also be looking at tennis and other stories. Good morning. Welcome to Sports Fiesta. It is live on 92.7 KFM, Benin City. My name is Saliu Ibrahim, but they call me the Sports Ibracadabra because I bring magic to sports presentation and analysis. CJ the Maestro and Negosa Agbekan the Sports Maestro are also here. Guys, good morning. Welcome to the show. Let's begin from home and let's look at the performance of our football clubs on the continent, in the CAF Champions League and in the CAF Confederation Cup. Emba International were very good. They went away and got a 1-0 victory. Bayelsa United also won against CX Sfaxien, but unfortunately for Rivers United, they got a 1-0 draw. Let's begin with Emba winning away from home.
Well, I think it was a good one today for Enyimba. That's like the biggest result for us on the continent this weekend. The other teams played at home, so readily expect them to, of course, get the job done. For Enyimba, it's what you expect them to do: go away from home and then fight. Of course, I expected them to get a draw, but they went there and put a beautiful icing on a wonderful cake by getting the win to kickstart Finidi John's era at Enyimba Football Club. It's his first official match in charge of Enyimba FC. So we're hoping that they carry this good form into the second leg of the fixture. Remember, it doesn't end here. This is just like the first of 2 legs. So the Ambas will have to travel, to Aba to, of course, face Enyimba, and we hope that Enyimba are also able to at least maybe score a goal or 2. The good thing about this one is that Enyimba have 1 leg in the next phase of the competition. They only need to complete the second phase of the first leg, so they can, of course, look at themselves to say we have done a wonderful job. Apart from Enyimba, we also have 2 other teams, one in the CAF Confederation Cup and then, of course, the other in the CAF Champions League. Let's just get done with the CAF Confederation Cup. Let's talk about Bayelsa United. For Bayelsa United, I don't know, but then if you, of course, look at the team, they were not I would just say they were not so bad on the day, because they won their own match 1-0 against CS Sfaxien. But then the bad thing about this one is that when you're playing against a North African team and you're playing at home as a Nigerian team, you've got to score 3 goals, 4 goals, 5 goals, or maybe 2 goals. So when your opponent wants to come back, you have a chance to maybe hit them again away from home. But this slim scoreline does not really inspire confidence for me. It may inspire confidence in the camp of Bayelsa United, but I'm sure right now they will be maybe gnashing their teeth that they did not score more goals, because you're going to need it when you travel to Tunisia. It's not going to be an easy ground for them, to play football. They will make life difficult for Bayelsa United, to even have a sniff at goal. So that's why you've got to score 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, 5 goals, 6 goals if the opportunity does come your way. So Bayelsa United their own faith is hanging by it's just hanging on a tight rope. So we'll see how they're able to get themselves out of this tight corner that they put themselves. For Rivers United, playing in Port Harcourt at the Adoke Masamaka Stadium, you expected maximum win for Rivers United in the CAF Champions League. Unfortunately, they conceded first during the course of the game against Al Hilal Omdurman, but then they came back into it, and the match just ended 1-1. It's a bad result for them. Bad result in the sense that the away team has an away goal. So they will have to go away from home to try as much as possible to, win to qualify to the next phase of the competition. There may be other chances for them to, qualify, but I'm picking the first one, which is going away to Omdurman to, of course, wrap things up in terms of the CAF Champions League. I wouldn't want Rivers United, after doing so well in the first phase of the competition, coming into the second phase and then going maybe back to the CAF Confederation Cup. Remember, at this level of the competition, if Rivers United gets to lose, they will play they will join the other teams in terms of the CAF, Confederation Cup. But I don't want that to happen. They need to maintain status quo for themselves. They've got to do it again in the second leg of it.
Well, congrats to the teams that won, but for Rivers United, they were lucky to get a 1-1 draw because it was an own goal. So that tells you that Rivers United, for them to go far in this tournament, they have to be prolific in front of goal. Yes, sometimes you create chances, but the fact that you are not able to put the chances, into the net, that makes things difficult. But now they have to buckle up because they have to travel to Sudan, and it's not an easy ground for you to go and get a win. That's one thing about Al Hilal. They are so strong. They built that team in such a way that they can compete with the top teams. But all the same, anything can happen. I haven't gotten a draw at home. They can go there and win. It all depends on their preparation and how the motivation from the owners. Well, it doesn't stop there. Let's watch and see what they'll play in the next and the return legs. But for Finidi George, kudos to him. A fair one. I hope the atmosphere will be okay for him to carry on this job and deliver for Imba, just like what we saw in the 2000s where they won back-to-back the CAF Champions League. But then this is a different ball game, different era, and also different players. But let's see how we inspire them to get something done. But for Bayelsa, going to Tunisia is going to be difficult, honestly. You know how the North Africans are. They make things difficult for you and make the game unplayable for you. But all the same, let's hope that this victory will inspire them to go out there. If they get a draw, that will be a good one for them.
All right, let's look at the other results from the CAF Confederation Cup qualifier, and then later we'll look at the CAF Champions League. We told you, of course, that Enyimba went away and beat ASC Diambas 1-0. Azam FC and Pyramids FC played out a goalless draw. Orapa United beat Cotton Sport 2-1, while Red Arrows were 1-0 winners over Primero de Agosto. URA FC nil, Al Masri nil. Then Ben Guelen nil, RSB Bekane 1. ASAC Concord were beaten 2-1 at home by JS Saura, while FAR Rabat were beaten 1-0 at home by JS Kabylie. That's what's happened in the CAF Confederation Cup on Saturday, and on Sunday we had AS Kigali losing 2-1 at home to Mutama Pembe, and CFFA were also beaten 3-0 at home by CD Interclub, and then we told you that Bayelsa United beat CS Faxen 1-0 at home. That was in the CAF Confederation Cup. We go to the CAF Champions League on Saturday. It was Tosca FC 0, Zamalek 1, APR FC 1, Etoile de Sahel 1. Then Sangrad Esperanza 3, Royal Leopards 1, ASEC Mimosa 3, CR Belouizdad 1, US Gendarme National 1, Al Ahly 1, Almerek 3, Zanaku 0, Stade Malian de Bamako 0, Horoya AC 1. So we had quite a few away wins in the CAF Champions League and in the CAF Confederation Cup. That was what happened on Saturday. And on Sunday in the CAF Champions League, Galaxy FC, they were beaten 2-0 at home by Simba SC, while Maniema Union and Mamelodi Sundowns played out a 2-2 draw. AS Otoho and Petro Atletico played out a 2-2 draw too, while Hearts of Oaks beat Wydad Casablanca 1-0. I will tell you that Rivers United of Nigeria and Al Hilal Omdurman played out a 1-1 draw. FC Nudibu were 3-1 winners over Intense Setif, and Lock Oilers were beaten 2-0 at home by Raja Casablanca, as Al Ittihad of Tripoli and Esperance played out a goalless draw. Okay, so this is what happened in the CAF Champions League and in the CAF Confederation Cup qualifiers in Africa. 3 Nigerian teams left. Remember that there were 4 of them, but our champions, Aqua United, they were knocked out in the very first round of the competition. So we now have only Rivers United in the CAF Champions League, but they are just hanging by a thread. And then we have Bayelsa United, the Aito Cup winners, and Aimba International in the CAF Confederation Cup. We hope Rivers United can hang on, but if they are knocked out, they will drop to the CAF Confederation Cup. So we might have 3 Nigerian sides in the CAF Confederation Cup. That is if Bayelsa United can hold their own away to Sfaxien of Tunisia. All right, guys, let's go on our first break. We'll be right back.
Honey?
Yes, dear.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food. I think it's about time we go solar.
How?
With Vertical Solar, we can have all our appliances and electronics powered by solar, and they allow us to pay small. We can pay installmentally with as low as 36,000 naira monthly, spread across 12 months.
Tell me more.
I know you like the idea of paying small. Vertical Solar range of products can power all household devices, including air conditioners and water pumps.
What are the benefits of solar power?
We are talking uninterrupted power supply, no monthly electricity bill, no more spending on generator, and no more generator noise.
I see. But how can I locate Vertical Solar?
Head now to 28 Country Home Metal Road off Ajib Junction, Sapele Road, Benin City, or Blossom Mall beside Stop to Shop stores, DBS Road, Asaba. Or you can call them on 0816 170 1105 or 0703 623 4843. You can also send them an email on info@verticalsolar.com.ng.
Vertical Solar, your lifetime power partners.
The way when my customers they take they enjoy this Checkers custard and since I open shop today now so Checkers custard and just they ask me,
Madam, summer me one big container of that your Checkers custard, because the way my picking them they lick place every time I give them, it they torture me for body.
Yeah, mommy don't buy Checkers custard again. CHECKERS Checkers custard.
Checkers custard, or we no get rival.
Checkers custard. Now this one be custard.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take they protect my teeth from cavities? Shey they use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth they cause most tooth pain will be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula could help keep natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Yes, cavities out!
And the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Tell me first, why you be say I dey give you Milo every day?
Because now every day I dey play like a baller, I dey run like a sprinter, and I come dey learn book like a scholar. So I go need all the energy why I fit get. You see am so?
I see am well.
Make you give your pikin them ogbonge energy. Milo Active Go with the goodness of malt, milk and cocoa. We go help your pikin them to stay active every day. Milo, energy to fit do more.
Extra 10% extra.
Your healthy Kellogg's breakfast has got
Extra 10% extra.
Just the Kellogg's sachet now 99 naira.
That's right. Now stay active and alert with the new and bigger Kellogg's 90 naira packs. Your favorite Kellogg's Cocoa Pops, Moon and Stars, and Corn Flakes is now available in 90 naira with 10% extra introductory offer. Go grab it now.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
What if I tell you that banking can be way easier than you know? Introducing the Key Mobile app from Keystone Bank that makes banking in today's world as easy as a click of a button. Imagine being able to open a fully functional account within 2 minutes, getting your debit or credit card delivered to you within 48 hours, and increasing your transaction limit. Shop and make payment in style using the NQR code feature. Simply scan, verify, and pay. Plus, the transfer feature allows you send money to phone numbers, withdraw or deposit cash at the nearest branch or agent location, and settle transaction disputes while sitting on your toilet seat. Download or upgrade the Key Mobile on your mobile devices from Google Play or Apple Store today. Key Mobile. Go branchless.
We have won some wars, but in all our struggles, we have lost loved ones. It may be cloudy outside, but not for very long. We will surely see the sun, 'cause we know no matter the weather, no matter the tide, we go there together. We stand by your side. No yawa, no problem. Go fit stand to fight us. We go stand together. We go beat them down.
God doesn't find that. When they talk about find out the remedy, they learn from where we did. Because to find it easy for me. I wonder that is what we say easy way for me. Now linking my NIN to my glow line. Don't tell me, bro. I feel just first now pick up my phone. Go use the USSD code by dialing *109* my NIN hash. Quickly, I go just text my NIN to 109. I feel also visit glowworld.com/NIN on top my super fast internet. If I come the area where we say Glow World near me, I just walk enter. And if you don't forget your NIN, dial *346#. You don't get them back. Some people there, they call the ask question. We don't call register for NIN. Don't worry yourself. Just walk enter any nearest Glow World. Don't let them disconnect you from all the amazing voice and data offers where they inside Glow. Linking your NIN. That's safe and it's 100% free with zero wahala.
Glow, grandmasters of data.
All right, welcome back to Sports Fiesta, live on 90.7 KFM, Benin City, with me, Sali Ibrahim, the Sports Ibracadabra, CJ the Maestro, and Egosa Igbeka, the Sports Maestro. Okay, let's go to Ilorin now and take a look at what's happening with the medals table at the ongoing National Youth Games. Asad, I don't know if there were other events after we got to this table, but at the close of events last night, it was Team Delta top again. These guys, even their under 15s are dominating, loading it over the rest of the country. They were top with 30 gold, 10 silver, and 8 bronze medals, giving them a total of 48 medals. Team Edo is second on the table at the moment. Imagine if Edo and Delta were still Bendel State. Team Edo 9 gold, 4 silver, and 4 bronze medals, giving them 17 medals. Then the FCT third, 7 gold, 6 silver, 7 bronze medals, 20 medals for them. Then Team Rivers are fourth, 7 gold, 1 silver, and 11 bronze medals. Before we have Ogun on 5, 4, 9. Then Ondo 5, 4. Ondo 5, 4, 9. Ogun 5, 3, 3. And Bayelsa 4, 4, 7. So these are just some of the teams that have won medals at the ongoing National Youth Game. But some states have not won, like Bauchi, Benue, Borno, Enugu, Gombe, Imo, Jigawa, Kebbi, Yobe, Zamfara. These states have not won any medals at the moment in the ongoing National Youth Games.
Well, good one for Team Edo. I hope they go on to overtake Team Delta.
9 to 30. Good luck.
Well,
It's a big gap.
the gap is too huge. But all the Nigeria, they should just consolidate on their second spot and see how they can add more medals and finish second. So it won't be bad if they don't finish second. But right now, others will try to also get medals to see how they can finish on the table. But Team Delta, well, this is what we are talking about: preparation and also having an enabling environment for children to really compete for medals. Well, we are doing well, not badly, because we are looking at 1 and 2, and we are in second spot, which is not bad. But maybe next edition, operation will determine if we are to win the tournament. But all the same, I think it's a good one for them, both Delta states. So, like you said, if we to be bent there, I imagine how many medals they would have, have been able to win by now. But
because the same thing happened at the National Sports Festival.
Yeah.
Team Delta topped, Team Edo second.
So, what is I hope we continue to invest in sports and also encourage the young ones to take into sports in order for them to make it big in life. If we invest so much in sports, I bet you social vices will be limited, in our society, because youth of these days, some of them tends to go into something negative instead of putting their energies into sports. By the time you start investing in sports and they start seeing it, and they are also seeing what is happening right now, because sports can take you from begging to becoming somebody who is now lending to people and giving out, because we've heard so much stories from sportsmen and women how they made it from grass to grace. So for me, I think that's
look at Victor Osimhen, who is now on top of the world, arguably one of the best
cleaning
footballers
gutters and
in
selling
the world.
gutters on traffic. Come on, when I listened to, even there was a documentary where the sister took some people to where the life started for him, slum, right there in Lagos. When I looked at the place and the feet where he started from, I said, well, this is what self-determination, self-belief, can give to somebody. Even if people are trying to write you down, just tell yourself, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I can make it. If this guy can make it, then what stops me from making it? So today, it's about Osimhen can buy. Even there was a woman who was feeling drawn for like 14 naira after. But today, what will he want to buy that he cannot buy? 80 million euros, highest African player at the moment. 3 years ago, if somebody had told me that Osimhen would be the most expensive African, I would say I would doubt it. But today, that's how life is. So for me, I think
and the good thing is that he remembers where he's from, and he has said, anytime when I jam me for street, anything in my hand, apart from my phone, no, I know they release my phone. But any other thing, any money went in my hand, now I get time, I go give una. And that's what you understand. Sadio Mane too. Sadio Mane was recently mocked because they said he was using a broken phone. And they said, forget the broken phone that I'm using. That I came from a very poor background. I see poverty. I lived it. There was war in my country at one point. So I've felt it. And every money I have, now I am building hospitals, I am building schools, I am trying to get better life for as many of my people as I can. So you, if you like, you are using the latest iPhone, you are using all the latest gadgets in the world. You've not helped a single person, even members of your family.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the person that has 100 times more than you is using a phone that is broken, and you are laughing at the person. Can't he make calls on that phone?
Yeah, he can.
For
That's
God's
the most important thing on the phone.
Yeah.
Well, for someone like Sadio Mane, I remember how he started his European career. He actually traveled without telling his parents. He went to Europe. And imagine where you have a young player or a young star going to Europe with the help of his agent, without, of course, letting his parents know. He signed his first contract without even the consent of his parents. But when he landed in Europe, he called his mother and said, look, I am actually in Europe. The mom said, what? Are you serious? Are you not supposed to be in Senegal? He said, no, I'm actually in Europe. Then he asked the mom to, of course, tune in and then watch him on TV. It was when the mom actually watched him that they now believe he was, in Europe. So that was how he just started for him. But then kudos to what Team Edo are doing in the National Youth Games. It's not easy to fight with a state like Delta. Let's be sincere with ourselves. It's not always easy to, be up
Why?
against
What
them.
are they doing that we cannot do over
the
here?
thing is, I think they've got the talent. They've got the talent. That's something that is working for them. Every other thing we have, apart from the talent, that's something I like to tell myself the truth.
Edo does not have the talent.
We know if you put them side by side, it's always different. For a team like Delta, we know that these guys they train. They continue to, of course, train as much as
I don't think it's just the talent. I think it is creating that atmosphere, being serious about it. And if Edo continues on this trajectory that we are seeing now, in a couple of years, you will be catching up with that. I think it's years of negligence of the sporting sector. Delta got it right and invested so much in sports. You can't, if we are talking about facilities now, they don't have any facility that's better than the Samuel Ogbundi Stadium. And we are beginning to see some other facilities spring up all over the state. So let's hope. But there are some areas that they are doing well, which I don't think we are, and which even the governor noted a couple of years back when he hosted his sports workshop. In swimming, for instance, you need to start looking at that. These are areas where we can start doing better. In athletics, Nigeria, Edo State has the fastest man in Nigeria now in Enoch Adegoke. If not for an injury to him, he got to the final. The first time that we are having a Nigeria in the final of the 100 meters. at the Olympics. So if not for that injury, it was just really horrible for him. Maybe the way he started, if not that he pulled up, I thought he was in a bronze medal position.
Yeah,
he was likely to beat Akane Simbine, who was fourth in that competition.
Well, so for Team Edo, I think what you have to do now is look at what Team Delta are doing, and of course, take a clue from that. So next time they will do better. But right now, it's 30 gold medals to 9 for Team Edo. That's Team Delta has 30, and then Edo has 9. And you know how it is.
Maybe by now it has even increased.
So
give you an update as soon as we get there.
The difference is always clear in terms of competitions like this. Delta will always dominate, but Edo have got to come in. Delta is not so far from Edo. In fact, they've got the same mother. If you want to look at it that way,
it was one state till 1991. it was they were part of the same Midwest, part of the same Bendel, but it was when we now had Edo and Delta in 1991. That's when the states were separated. But athletes from these two states have always dominated Nigerian sports. Anyway, we are brothers who will bask in the glory of Delta. We are one. It's one Bendel. Okay, let's move on. We hear that Edo Queens, they will be playing. Well, that's one area where Edo seems to be doing better than Delta at the moment.
Yeah, football.
Football, women's football in particular. Edo Queens, they will be playing against Sunshine Queens in the quarterfinals of the Flying Officers Cup competition. That was going to be tomorrow. They've won their matches in the group easily, so now it is the business end of the competition. Let's see what Edo Queens will be able to do. All right, let's move to Europe now and review the action that we had over the weekend. We begin from the English Premier League. Fantastic games, especially what Liverpool did in their first game back from the international break. Absolutely obliterated Watford, who had Claudio Ranieri. He was taking charge of his first game, and he will know the enormity of the task that he's handling.
Absolutely. I mean, I understand that the problem is not as small as he thought it was. Usually when you have a new manager on board, you always think, okay, this man would make a difference almost immediately, but it didn't happen for Claudio Ranieri. Liverpool were in a different class of their own. This is the normal Liverpool display, that they had on Saturday. Okay, let's look at the results here. The Premier League on Saturday, Watford lost at home at the Vicarage Road to Liverpool 5-0. Aston Villa also were beaten at home by Wolverhampton Wanderers 3-2. Leicester City 4, Manchester United 2. Another shocking result here. For Manchester City, they pipped at Burnley 2-0. Norwich City 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. For Southampton, they pipped at Leeds United 1-0. And then for Brentford, they lost at home to Chelsea 1-0. It was a difficult game for Chelsea. It was also a difficult game for Brentford.
Difficult game in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
For 70 minutes, Chelsea were in charge.
I think Brentford, maybe they are the new Leeds United, because the way they play, they never stop coming at you until they get what they want. They wanted.
I think they've even got more balance than.
I think yes, absolutely, because I think they play with two, defensive midfielders. You know how it is for Leeds United. They play with just one, and it's always difficult to ask one guy to do the job of two people. But above all, I think Chelsea did well for themselves, especially
Edouard Mendy. And many people are beginning to ask, why was he not a nominee in the Ballon d'Or, the 30-man list that was released? Donnarumma was there, but Edouard Mendy wasn't. Edouard Mendy is in the Yasin list for the best goalkeeper, but he didn't make the 30-man list for the Ballon d'Or.
It's a conversation we're going to start having very soon, because truth is this:
people are saying it's because he's from Africa, that's why he did not even make that list. That if he had been from Europe or South America, he would
definitely make the list.
Somebody who won something we also need to look at. Apart from that, we have to also say that you look at goalkeepers overall, they are not usually favorites, or in terms of nomination for awards.
Exactly.
You usually look at them. A goalkeeper will go ahead to keep 20 clean sheets. Okay. Another player will score 20 goals. You nominate the player and leave the goalkeeper out. And that's so fair.
Because you say, the striker is scoring goals. That's what he's supposed to do.
The goalkeeper is supposed to
make saves. Making saves Why is he not the best player? You know, and that's why this issue of best player, this awards, it will always be controversial.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you wonder, I mean, okay, somebody is doing so well as a midfielder, is creating chances. That's what he's supposed to do.
It's his job.
As a midfielder. So, you know, midfielders and strikers will always get favored more than defenders and goalkeepers.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree on that. As much as a goalkeeper is keeping a clean sheet, a defender is also keeping clean sheets as well at the back, and that's his job. But
even when this guy won it in 2006, Fabio Cannavaro. Yeah, if not that the Azuris, they won that World Cup, I don't think Fabio Cannavaro would have been looked. You understand?
And then since then, you look at what has happened. It's been as if maybe goalkeepers or defenders are not part of football. But these guys, they do so well for themselves. At the end of the day, we always look at the strikers or we look at the midfielders, and it's
or maybe there shouldn't be an overall Ballon d'Or winner or an overall best winner. Let us have 4 awards, because basically you have 4 departments. You've got the goalkeeping department, which is part of the defense, but we know because it's special, it's the goalkeeper all alone. So let us have an award for goalkeeper, best goalkeeper in the world. Yeah. So every year you'll be having 4 best players in the world: best goalkeeper, best defender, best midfielder, and best attacker.
Absolutely, because I think it's unfair.
Yeah,
it's unfair to say a player is the overall best player in the world.
Yes,
when you have a goalkeeper who has even done more than the guy has done.
Yeah. So if you say somebody is the overall best player, the best player in the world, you are basically saying this guy is either the best striker or the best midfielder. That's exactly what they are saying. Because best player in the world, he's not a goalkeeper, he's not a defender. Or if he's a defender, he's not an attacker, he's not a goalkeeper. And if he's a midfielder, he's not an attacker, he's not a goalkeeper, he's not a defender.
So they've got to balance.
Even if you kind of do everybody, nobody really does everything. Yeah. Even if you are a box-to-box midfielder, you are not a defender, you are not a goalkeeper. And you only do one thing at a time. You can't defend and at the same time you are scoring. You can't make a clearance and you are the one who will chase the clearance that you made. I mean, well, we've seen it happen a couple of times. Maybe you kick the ball and but that's not it's not a very long clearance. Maybe you think you are passing to your teammate and then you look up, he's not there, and you run, you chase your own pass and you get the ball and whatever. I've never seen that. I don't think it will ever happen. Although Claudio Ranieri told N'Golo Kante one day at Leicester City that the way you are playing, I think one day you cross the ball and then you run and head the cross that you made it to go. But we've never seen it. It has never happened that one player will cross the ball and chase the ball, go to the other end. I mean, you are not Superman, you are not that fast, and head the ball into the net. So maybe this issue of award, perhaps with time, the way people are talking about it, maybe they will look. If I have my way, I think it should be 4 awards every year. That the 4 best players in the world are the best defender, the best goalkeeper, the best midfielder, and the best attacker. But to say one person is the overall best player,
it's not fair on the other guys.
Yeah, I think we'll just have to look at that. But when even the players themselves will tell you, oh, this is the best player, then maybe we've got to also
maybe when we'll also finish that conversation, we have to also have the conversation of black players being nominated even when they do so well. You look at what Salah is doing at Liverpool. It deserves to mention in the top 3, but you mentioned the top 3 is not there. You know, so sometimes. But
let's wait. They've not announced the top 3 yet.
Yeah, but
let's see what will happen. If they don't, if Salah is not there, then we can ask questions. But remember, this is for last season, not this season, not right now. So let's see what will happen when they give the nominees for the 2021 best footballer in the world award. Then maybe we'll have some things to say about that.
Okay, in the Premier League on Sunday, just 2 matches for you. Everton lost at the Goodison Park to West Ham 1-0. Angelo Bonner scored the only goal of this game. And then for Newcastle United at the Hampden Stadium at the St. James's Park, lost 3-2 to Tottenham Hotspur. Of course,
they started well, got the first goal under 2 minutes, and they were all celebrating. And if you needed to see the atmosphere, it was electrifying. And the stadium that was usually not filled to capacity, everybody came out yesterday, and many of them dressed like Saudi citizens, and they were just in such a jubilant mood. And they started well, but Harry Kane got his first goal of the season in the Premier League, and Tottenham Hotspur eventually won that encounter 3-2. But something happened during the game, just before halftime. Yeah, we had a medical emergency and the game was stopped. That's the first time we're seeing a game being stopped for medical emergency. And we must say well done to Sergio Reguilon. He was the first player to spot it, and he said he had somebody shouting in the crowd, and then he looked and saw that a fan was in distress, and he ran to the referee and told him, you need to stop the game, there is something happening. So it took the medics of both teams to go there, and eventually the good news we can tell you is that the fan, who's male, a Newcastle United fan, we learned that he was stabilized and he's okay now. So we thank God for that. Second time this year we're seeing something that like just went around the whole world. The other one was Christian Eriksen collapsing during Euro 2020. So that's I mean, when something like that happens, you forget football, you forget
absolutely
that
you forget the team you're supporting.
After everything is said and done, football is just a game. It's just, if you do not play football, nobody will die. That's the truth. Life will go on, although it will be very difficult for so many people who are such addicts, such fans of football. If you do not play football, I mean, life will go on. But it's not like when you say, okay, there is no food in the world, then the whole human race will be extinct. If we can't get food to eat, if you can't get water to drink, if you can't get houses to live in. So you see, when you look at, you critically examine this, you discover that, well, football and some other things that we place so much importance, attach so much importance to, it's really nothing, honestly. And more important things happen in life. One of them, of course, is somebody's health. So when somebody's life is in distress, you throw football away and ensure that that person is okay.
All right. In the La Liga on Saturday,
there's a game today. Arsenal taking on Crystal Palace.
Okay,
no,
yeah.
He's talking about the English Premier League. Yeah, Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. That's the last game to complete match day 8 in the English Premier League.
Okay, for Levante, on Saturday in the Spanish La Liga, they played out a 0-0 draw with Getafe. Real Sociedad beat Mallorca 1-0. And then let's talk about yesterday, and of course, see what totally transpired. Just a few matches for you. Rayo Vallecano beat Elche 2-1. Celta Vigo lost at home to Sevilla 1-0. Villarreal, they were beaten at home by Osasuna 2-1. And then 1-2 matches postponed. Remember, Atletico Madrid, they asked the La Liga authorities to postpone their fixture because of their Champions League tie against Liverpool. So their match with Granada did not hold yesterday. And then Real Madrid's match against Athletic Bilbao did not also hold. I believe it's also for the same reason as well. And then for Barcelona, they of course beat Valencia 3-1 at the Camp Nou. Felipe Coutinho was on the score sheet for the first time in 11 months.
Also scoring.
Yeah, so far, I believe they are gradually coming back. And then Sergio Aguero also made an appearance yesterday. So I think his first appearance for the Spanish team. And then today, we'll see Deportivo Alaves up against Real Betis, while Espanyol versus Cadiz. All right, just have 2 matches for you in terms of the Spanish La Liga.
Okay, Italian Serie A started on Saturday. Spezia with a 2-1 win over Salernitana. Lazio defeated Inter Milan 3-1, while AC Milan beat Verona 3-2. Then on Sunday, Juventus defeated AS Roma 1-0. Napoli also enjoyed a 1-0 win over Torino. Udinese at home played a 1-0 draw with Bologna, while Genoa also drew 2-2 with Sassuolo. Elsewhere, Empoli at home were trashed by visiting Atalanta 4-1, while Cagliari defeated Sampdoria 3-1.
Well, for Napoli, the only goal of that game was scored by Victor Osimhen. Fantastic header. I mean, if Cristiano Ronaldo scored a header like that, we'll be all talking about it and all that. And Victor Osimhen is beginning to look very good in the air, and that's what you expect. He's a very tall lad, and this is not the first time I'm seeing him score with his head. Even yesterday. He had a couple of chances with the head, and then before he eventually got that goal. I recall the goal he scored against Leicester City in the Europa League, something similar, towering header in the end. And Napoli, Victor Osimhen is in a very fantastic scoring form. Scored for Nigeria during the international break, and now he's scoring for Napoli. And Napoli, I think, except maybe there is a team I'm not looking at, but I think they are the only team in Europe now who have won all 8 of their first their starting matches.
Yeah, 100% record for them.
Yeah.
They are doing something different. I don't know how far they can go about this, because if you look at when the goal actually came for Napoli, it was a 9-minute goal for them.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. That's how you know champions. You can score early and you score late, score during the middle of the game. They may even miss the penalty. Lorenzo Insigne missing. Maybe Victor Osimhen should also be taking penalties. I don't know why it's always Insigne taking it.
Because he's the captain of the team.
But I've seen him miss a couple of times. I know Victor Osimhen can also hit penalties. So let Victor Osimhen, as a striker, let him be taking penalties. Which league?
German Bundesliga started on Friday. Hoffenheim were 5-0 winners over FC Cologne. Then on Saturday, Union Berlin defeated Wolfsburg 2-0. Borussia Dortmund enjoyed a 3-1 win over Mainz 05, while Eintracht Frankfurt at home were beaten 2-1 by visiting Hertha Berlin. Greuther Fürth 0, Bochum 1, SC Freiburg and RB Leipzig played out a 1-1 draw, while Borussia Mönchengladbach and Stuttgart played out a 1-0 draw. Then on Sunday, Bayer Leverkusen at the Bay Arena were whitewashed by Bayern Munich 5-1, while FC Augsburg and Arminia Bielefeld played out a 1-1 draw. All right, that takes us to the French Ligue 1, which also started. Okay, quickly let me get the French.
Okay, in the French Ligue 1, on Saturday, Clemens Foot beat Lille 1-0, and then for Lyon, they pipped Monaco 2-0, and then on Sunday in the French Ligue 1, Troyes beat Nice 1-0, Bordeaux 1, Nantes 1, Brest 1, Reims 1, and then for Mainz, they of course lost at home to Rennes 3-0. For Strasbourg, the Trust sent it in 5-1. Montpellier pipped Lens 1-0, and of course for Marseille, they trust Lorient 4-1. So that's all.
Okay, we go to tennis now and look at what happened at Indian Wells over the weekend. In the women's final, Paula Badosa took on Victoria Azarenka. Azarenka, former world #1, former Grand Slam champion. She made a huge comeback in this competition, and she looked decent. Lost the first set 7-6, and then won the second set 6-7, but lost the third set also on a tiebreak 7-6. So the two sets that Badosa won, she needed tiebreaks. Victoria Azarenka won the second comfortably, but ultimately it was Paula Badosa who emerged the women's champion.
Yeah, congrats to her. I never expected that she would be able to beat Azarenka, who has won the Indian Wells on 2 occasions, and she was looking very good en route to the final. But she was beaten 2-1. That tells you that if you don't continue to improve on your game, don't expect that your past record, will speak for you, or your name, the name you have made in tennis will speak for you. People are also trying to make names for themselves, but still trying to lay their hands on the such titles. So for me, it was something really, really huge for Badosa. No, she was the underdog, and nobody expected that she would beat Azarenka. But going ahead to do that, I think that would just give her that momentum going into other WTAs. So for me, I think that was a huge win and a big shock for Victoria Azarenka.
I would not consider it a shock. Honestly, I thought that it was surprising for Victoria Azarenka to get to the final, because people like Serena Williams, Venus Williams, these are her peers. These are the people she competed with. They are no longer getting to finals of this competition, but she was able to do that. But Paula Badosa able to beat her, and that's what I just absolutely love about the women's game. You see improvement, you see new players coming up. Well, maybe we're beginning to see that for the men, because the last Grand Slam was won by Dani Medvedev, and now Indian Wells has been won by Cameron Norrie. He becomes the first Brit to win this competition. He defeated Nicolas Basilashvili 3-6, 6-4, 6-1.
Huge for him. He set on a breakdown, and he came back to to win that game. Honestly, if somebody had told him that he will be winning the India West Masters, he would doubt it. But that is what you get when you don't give up. He has been pushing hard, even getting to the semis. It was like, wow, I never thought I would get here. But he had to fight very hard to beat Nicolas Basilashvili. So for me, I think he has done well, and that has prepared him to British #1. So for me, I think for him to maintain that status, he has to improve on the victory at India West and continue to do very well. Kudos to him. Yeah, that is what you get when you prepare very hard.
All right, let's look at your text messages now. Let's hear what you guys have been saying.
Okay, just a few messages here. Okay, this one says, good morning, guys. Oga Ibrahim, I disagree with you that Finidi George is the best crosser in the world in his days. Have you forgotten David Beckham?
Now you want to tell me about David Beckham. Of course I know David Beckham. I'm not talking about free kicks. We are talking about crosses. There are two different things. David Beckham was not more accurate with his crosses than Finidi George, except maybe you didn't watch Finidi George play for Ajax. You didn't watch him play for Real Betis. You didn't watch him play for Mallorca. You didn't watch Finidi George play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Godwin Dudu Orume will tell you, drop 10 kobo in the 18-yard box and ask Finidi George to cross the ball to land on that 10 kobo, and he will do it. Finidi George was the most accurate crosser in world football during this time. Better than David Beckham, better than Luis Figo, better than any other right winger in the world at that time.
Okay, okay, Ibrahim, sometimes picking away in Papa gets money, no the notebook. That's the case between Delta and Edo MCAD. What does it mean by that?
Don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know Buko.
Greetings, sirs. Kudos to all the Nigerian representatives in the as I was talking about the continent. That is in Nyimba FC, Rivers United FC, and Bayelsa United for the impressive wins and draw over the weekend. All the best to them in the reverse fixture. Congratulations to Nori and Badosa for winning the men and women's category of the Indian Wells respectively. Lastly, please, sirs, why was Real Madrid Athletic Bilbao's match over the weekend postponed? This is coming from Hassan, texting from Trade Fair, Ekawa Road. Okay, well, Hassan, I think I mentioned something about that before your message came in. I know the reason why Atletico had their own game postponed. That's because of the Champions League fixture against Liverpool. I'm also guessing the same reason was the reason why Real Madrid's match was also postponed as well, because they have matches in terms of the Champions League. And then this was a good morning, men of sports. Oga Ibrahim, thank God for Edouard Mendy on Saturday. Musa from New Benin. And then
Edouard Mendy is a Chelsea player now, is he not?
No.
Edouard Mendy.
Yeah, he's a Chelsea player.
So when people say, thank God, if not for this player, is the player not supposed to do that?
He earns money there, so he's got to do his job. Edouard Mendy is world class. He made some very important saves for us. I think we should watch out for Brentford this season. Congrats to Victor Osimhen. At least Napoli now know they invested rightly. Thanks and precious from Benin. Of course, it's investment that is yielding wonderful returns for Napoli. His price tag has increased now, maybe to close to £100 million. So anytime you want to sign a player like that, you know that you have to, bring as much as maybe £90 million to get up a player of Victor Osimhen's quality. Good morning, guys. Is Hazard really coming to Chelsea? I am Nico. By the way, we had rumors that Real Madrid wants to do an exchange with Mohamed Salah. They want Salah in exchange for Hazard, and you begin to ask yourself, why would the Liverpool want to exchange a player who, of course, plays maybe 38 matches with another that will play 5 matches or 10 matches?
Don't believe all this. Even Fabrizio Romano has said that, and there is no truth to those rumors.
So that's it. That's what you do.
Okay, all right. Before we blow the final whistle, let's quickly just look at what they are saying on the gossip column. Well, Barcelona, they are likely to pursue Manchester United's Paul Pogba when the French midfielder's contract ends at the end of the season, because they cannot afford his wages. Well, Pogba has been talking, and he said that Manchester United must do something to stop conceding what he called stupid goals when they, like the type they considered against Leicester City. Chelsea and England midfielder Ross Barkley, who's 21, he impressed Burnley as they make plans on the January transfer window. Then Paris Saint-Germain, they will target either Bayern Munich and Poland striker Robert Lewandowski, who's 33, or Borussia Dortmund and Norway striker Erling Braut Haaland, who's 21 in 2022, as replacement for France attacker Kylian Mbappe. The 22-year-old is expected to join Real Madrid. But I've also heard that he told PSG that he's happy there, so maybe he wants to stay. All right, those are the ones we can look at for now. Time to blow the final whistle.
I'm so happy, I can't even describe it. I can't really believe it. If you had told me that I've won before the tournament started, I wouldn't have believed you. So it's amazing. British #1, Cameron Norrie, speaking after winning the Indian Wells on Sunday. And that's the final whistle on Sports Fiesta this morning.
All right, that's our package. We'll see you at 4 p.m. But this time we'll be talking football only on the show that we call Balls of Fire. My name is Saliu Ibrahim. They call me the Sports Ibracadabra. I've been doing this with CJ the Maestro and Egosa Egbekan, the Sports Maestro. Please stay tuned. KU News Update comes up at 9 a.m. We'll see you at 4 p.m. Bye-bye.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG, 5 Ramaya, Ikenede Street off PZ Sapler Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 Olowo Complex, Airport Road, Benin City, or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
The tay don't tay where Super Yogo don dey waka with win.